Welcome to the VolState Sports Network here inside the Richard Moore Gymnasium as we get ready for the conference matchup of the VolState Women Pioneers and the Jackson State Women Green Jays. Starting lineups for the Jackson State Green Jays, you have number 1, Mashana Ridley, number 3, Soraya Betts, number 4, Rihanna Kemp, number 11, Ayana Ransom, number 12, Brooklyn Spates, and number 14, Hannah Johnson. They are head coached by Kelvin Lester. The Green Jays come in with an 8-3 overall record and a 4-3 conference record, coming off a win 69-66 against Arkansas Mid-South. And for your VolState Lady Pioneers, you have number 1, Shanti Wilson, number 5, Kaya Mason, number 21, Rylan Freeman, number 23, Vanessa Ray, and number 24, Jada Rainey. They are head coached by Otis Key. They are struggling this year with a record of 3-11 overall, 2-4 in conference play. They're on a 5-game losing streak, and they lost their most recent game against Snead State 87-66. So we finish starting lineups here. We'll get ready for tip. Head referee is going to be Hannah Reynolds. She is also hooked up by Matt Hanna and Walter Williams. Going to be Jada Rainey and Hannah Johnson will meet at half court for the tip-off to get the first quarter in this game underway. Tip is won by the Green Jays. Shauna Ridley is going to handle the ball. She gets it into Johnson, who swings it over to Betts. Back to Betts. Betts thought about the 3. Swings it over, poked. Ridley gets it. The miss there by Ayana Ransom. It'll be Pioneer ball. Wilson will inbound. Gets it into Mason. Mason was one of 4 VolState ladies in double figures in their last game. She had 15. She gets it over to Wilson. Wilson, his pass is stolen by Ayana Robinson. She swings it. Johnson's wide open in the paint. Her layup is good, and that'll get this scoring started as Rainey will inbound to Wilson. Wilson looking for somebody. She'll have a screen set by Freeman. Her entry pass looks like it'll stay down here with the Pioneers. Kaya Mason will inbound. Go over to Wilson. Gets it back to Mason in the corner. She's got 5 on the shot clock. Wilson at the top of the key. Sends to put up a tough 3. Just off, but Jada Rainey gets the rebound and the putback. She's another VolState Lady Pioneer in double figures last game. She led the way with 16. They get into the corner. Ayana Robinson's shot is good. Mason, the free throw line. She brings it back out over to Freeman. Freeman's 3 is blocked by Ridley. She will take it to the basket, and she'll be fouled by Freeman. That'll be Freeman's first. Ridley. First free throw is off the back iron. Her second one also rims out. Freeman grabs the rebound. Kaya Mason up ahead of the offense. She'll drive. Almost has it poked away. Mason swings it to Freeman at the free throw. Shot was blocked, but Rainey grabs it out of the air, puts it in. She accounts for all 4 points for the Lady Pioneers. Some miscommunication that almost led to a turnover there from the Green Jays, as it'll be Ransom to inbound. But her pass is stolen by Ray. Ray, free throw jumper won't go. Rebound to Betts, who is all alone. Swings it over to Johnson. Wilson stole the pass up ahead to Mason. Mason, shoot the three. Too strong. Looks like it'll stay down here. Ray will inbound. Get it to Mason at the elbow. She pumps fake. Her free throw jumper won't go, but Rainey with the rebound. Her shot won't go. Ransom with the rebound. Swinging ahead to Betts. The jumper from Brooklyn Spates is good. As Kaya Mason brings it up the floor. Ray, her pass is stolen. It's going to be A on a Ransom for an easy layup. Wilson bringing it up. Wilson hands it off to Mason. Mason swings over to Freeman. She'll drive. Almost flaws it, gives it to Wilson, who got to look at the basket. She drives. They're going to say she took one too many steps. Nay Young will check in. Brooklyn Spades, they push it up the floor fast. The little floater won't go. Rainey with the rebound. Kaya Mason pushing up the floor. Swings over the corner for Wilson. Pump fakes a three. Now we'll shoot the three. It's short. Ray with the rebound. Has it knocked away, but Wilson grabs it. Her little jumper is good. Shanti Wilson. This fast-paced offense from the Green Jays as they get up the floor quick. Ransom's three is no good. Kaya Mason will inbound. Mason bringing it up the court. Swings it over to Wilson. Get it into Nay Young. She's going to be fouled. Ransom will pick up her first as Ray will inbound. Pass is swatted, but it stays in the possession of the Pioneers. Swings over to Wilson, who gives out to Young. Head official Hannah Reynolds at the scores table trying to get something situated. As that was Rihanna Kemp who checked in for the Green Jays as Rainey gets it back out to Mason. They get it back down on the double team. Rainey, she gets her own miss. Gonna call it jump ball. The possession is in favor of the Pioneers. Ray will inbound. Gets it to Young. Gives it to Wilson on the three-point line. She'll take the screen from Young. Her entry pass leads to an easy layup for Nay Young. The assist from Wilson. As the Green Jays are pushing it up. They lose control and it'll be Pioneer ball. Kaya Mason will bring it up, try to get it into Rainey. Looks like that's going to be Hannah Johnson picking up a foul. Mason will inbound. Gets it into Ray. They're going to let Mason handle the ball here. Mason looking for somebody. Hands it off to Young, who drives. Her layup won't go. Rebound into the hands. The ball is tipped on the entry pass. Triple team. The Green Jays are going to be forced to take a timeout. Nay Young having a shoe change right here in front of me. She's got some shoes. She's got some fresh shoes out of the box. Eight here with 4:19 to play. The clock was ticking a bit there. I don't know if they're going to adjust that or so. Looks like a shoe change for Nay Young is gonna happen. Don't know what shoe she had on, but now she's in some looks like pink shoes. Is this gonna be Spates bringing it up? Swings over to Kemp and to Johnson. Her fadeaway jumper off the glass is good. And Johnson. But Wilson, the up ahead to Young. She'll drive, kick to Mason. Shoots the three. Good. Kaya Mason from downtown buries the triple. Pass just too far ahead for Betts. She loses it. Pass is stolen. Wilson up ahead to Mason. Down to Ray, whose layup is good. Ridley swings over to Betts. She'll drive. Her pass is tipped, could not be saved. It'll be out of bounds on Nay Young. Betts will inbound. It's on the three for Hannah Johnson, and she'll bury the three to tie this game up. Kaya Mason bringing it up. Mason will drive. She'll pull back. Her elbow jumper will be no good. Kemp with the rebound. Her pass is stolen by Nay Young, but she stepped out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Green Jays. As Ridley inbounds, she'll bring it up. Swings it back over to Spates. Her entry pass to Kemp was stolen by Young. She'll drive, spins, and finishes. Nay Young, tough layup goes. As Spates drives, and her layup is good. A little bit of fast-paced basketball here, something you usually don't see from this VolState women's team. Kaya Mason grabs it. She'll drive. gets fouled from behind. Looks like it'll be Betts picking up her first foul of the game. Mason will inbound the ball. Cheyenne Love checks in. Love hands it off to Mason. Maya Walker also checks in for the Lady Pioneers. Wilson takes the screen. She'll spin, but her shot is blocked by Hannah Johnson. Ridley finds Johnson, who makes a defensive play, and then on the other end makes an offensive play for the Green Jays. Mason bringing it up. Swings it over to Wilson. Wilson gets it to Walker at the free throw line. Back out to Wilson. Gets the screen from Walker. Her entry pass. Looks like she'll be fouled from behind by Shauna Ridley. That'll be her first foul, I believe. 1:35 here to play in the first quarter. Gets it to Nay Young. Maybe looking for Walker. She'll find Walker in the corner. Get it to Love. Down to Young. Go up on Ridley. Her shot is no good. Looks like she's just... Kemp drives. Can't finish. Love with the rebound. Gets it into Mason. Mason spins around. Thought about the jumper. Decided not to. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson passes it to Love. Gets it to Young. Back to Mason. Mason spins. Hands it off to Love. 5 to go on the shot clock. Mason spins. Has to put up a tough shot. Oh, barely rims out. Kemp with the rebound pushes up to Spates. Spates drives. Draw the foul on Walker. Be Maya Walker's first foul. Jada Rainey will check in, as will Kylie Jo Ramsey. Spates misses her first. Spates led the team with 27 on their last game, which was January 15th, a win over Arkansas Mid-South. So her second free throw is good. Kai Mason bringing it up the floor. 27 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Swings over to Young, takes a screen by Rainey. Hands it off to Love. Over to Mason. Take the screen by Rainey. Gets it into Rainey. Rainey's shot won't go. Gets her own rebound. Loses it. Gets it. Scramble on the floor. Layup is good. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 18-17, Jackson State leads by 1. Good offense from both sides. Energetic offense from the Lady Pioneers, which is something you don't usually see, as they're trying to end this losing streak and move to 3-4 in conference win. Some other game notes from the last game. They had 4 players in double figures for VolState. Kai Mason 15, Nay Young 12, Vanessa Ray 10, and Jada Rainey had a double-double with 11 rebounds and 16 points. Hoping to keep the same momentum they've had this first quarter and move it into the second. Otis Key's squad has played tough this year, but they've had their games and they have struggled in some games, as Jackson State trying to move to 9-3 on the year and 5-3 in conference play. Both teams will break the huddle to get this second quarter underway. Ridley will inbound to Spates. Swings it over to Betts. Shoots the long-range jumper. Won't go. Love scrambled for the ball, but ended up getting it right on the line. So it'll be Green Jay's ball. Betts will inbound. Swings it over to Kemp, into the corner to Ridley. Spates on the wing. Kemp in the corner. Spates kicks it. Betts for three. Won't go. Rainey rebound. Gives it to Kai Mason. Gives it to Rylan Freeman. She looks. Her pass is stolen by Kemp. And her layup is good. Kai Mason bringing it up. Mason. Gonna get a screen by Rainey. Her mid-range jumper misses. It's gonna be Green Jay's ball. Spates will inbound. Gets it to Betts. Get it to Spates, who's gonna push up the floor. Swings it over to Ridley. Her three won't go. Right into the hands of Kemp. Passes it to Betts. Back to Spates at the top of the key. Gives it to Betts. Her little floater is good. Mason swings it over to Walker. Swings it into Rainey. Head official Hannah Riddles, you can say she took one too many steps, and it'll be a turnover for the Pioneers as Ray and Young both check in. Spates will inbound the Betts. Hand it off to Ridley. She spins. Her entry pass to Betts. She'll run the baseline. Swings over to Kemp for three. Her three won't go. Ridley with the rebound. Swings it over to Spates. Back to Ridley. Ridley drives. Her layup won't go. Wilson bringing up the court. She lost control of the dribble. As Ransom will check back in. Running kind of short-staffed for the Green Jays. Only got about 2 players on the bench at all times. So gonna have to keep a little rotation going, keep everybody energized. As Betts' little layup is good. Wilson bringing it up. Swings it over to Ray. Ray gets it to Young. Looked at the basket, gives it back to Wilson. Entry pass to Rainey is bumped out by Hannah Johnson, but it'll stay with the Pioneers as Alexis Parks checks in. Wilson will inbound. Gets it to Ray, who will drive. Her little jumper will bank it home for 2 points for the Pioneers. Spates bringing it up. Swings it over to Kemp. Gets the screen from Ransom. over to the corner. Says she stepped on the line, so it'll be Pioneer ball. Wilson's going to bring it up the floor here for the Pioneers. Ray will spin. Her mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound batted by Spates. Pass is tipped, stolen by Freeman. Looks like Kemple. Kemple will be charged with her first foul. Wilson will inbound to Ray. Down 5 here. 6:19 to play here in the second quarter. Freeman comes, sets a screen for Wilson. 10 to go on the shot clock. Wilson drives, swings to the corner. Young thought about the three. Now she'll drive, have an open lane to the basket. Leaves it just a tad bit short. Gets her on rebound, loses it. Kemp up ahead to Johnson, who has it stolen away by Ray. 2-on-1 for the Pioneers. And will draw the foul on Spates. That is her first. Young will go to the line. Now Young's a freshman, but she averages 13.6 points per game. Second leader on this team. Her first free throw is short. Something that the Lady Pioneers have struggled with the games that I have seen. Shooting from the free throw line, making big free throws. She gets ready for her second. And that one rolls in. Cuts this lead to 4. Space will be bringing up the floor for the Green Jays. She'll cross over and drive. Draws the foul and makes the bucket. So she'll have a chance for 3. Brooklyn Spates, she's a sophomore who averages 11 points a game. She gets ready for her free throw. Won't go. Johnson grabs the rebound, but the pass is tipped, stolen by Ray, up ahead to Young. Hannah Reynolds just says she took one too many steps. As Spates will inbound, or grab the inbound, bring it up the floor. Spates will lose the ball. As something to say, maybe she thought she was fouled. As Ray will take it to the lane and lay it up for an easy 2. Ridley up ahead to Johnson. Johnson's 3 won't go. Ridley grabs the rebound, pulls it back out, swings it over to Spates. Kicks it to Ransom, drives, loses it. Young goes up and gets fouled by Ridley. That'll be Ridley's second foul. I'll send Nay Young to the line. 4:42 here to play for this first half comes to an end as Kaya Mason checks in. Young gets ready for her first free throw. Leaves it just a tad bit short. Her second free throw is good. Cuts to a 3-point lead. As Ridley almost lost the inbound pass from Ransom. She's able to corral it, brings it up the floor. Swings it to Johnson. Johnson, a crossover, drive, draw the foul. So Hannah Johnson to line. She had a double-double along with Anaya Robinson and Mashana Ridley on January 15th in that win against Arkansas Mid-South. She's a sophomore who averages 16.1 points per game. She gets ready for her one of two free throws. Makes her first. And her second one rolls off the iron, but Ridley grabs the rebound and is going to shoot the three short. Freeman grabs the rebound, swings ahead to Mason. Mason swings out a quarter for Young. Drives, floater, won't go. Grabs her own rebound. Backs into a double team. But Shauna Ridley will be picked up with a foul, and that's her third. As Kaya Mason will inbound. Gives it to Wilson. Entry pass to Rainey. Shot won't go. They get it back down to Young. Picks up a foul on Spates. And that'll be her second. Nay Young will go to the line. Her first one is good. Another make would make this a one possession game. She gets ready for her second. She goes 2 for 2 from the line. Cuts this to a 2-point lead. Betts bringing it up for the Green Jays. Working on Wilson, crosses over, drives. Loses it. It's going to be tipped up by the Pioneers, and looks like Spates will inbound. Gives it out to Ridley. Or to Johnson. Gonna say she took one too many steps and traveled. Got the numbers mixed up there. Pioneers in their bonus, so any foul will send them to the free throw line for the next 3 minutes and about 40 seconds. Mason brings it with the floor, swings it over to Young. Young drives, gets swatted to the rim by Kemp. Johnson bringing up the floor, gives it to channeling Ransom, whose layup won't go. Freeman with the rebound. Wilson bringing it up. She'll cross over, hand it off to Freeman. Down to Rainey, who's got the positioning and lays it in to tie this game. Jado Rainey has 6 points. Spates gives it off to Betts. Takes the screen. Betts to Kemp. Kemp will shoot the three. Off. Ransom may try to look for a pass, but just throws the ball out of bounds, and that'll allow Ray and Love to check in. And Kaya Mason will inbound. Maya Walker also checks in. Walker working on Kemp. Looking for somebody. Finds Mason. Mason draws it back. She'll drive on Spates. Kicks it out to Ray. He'll drive. Her mid-range jumper won't go. Betts with the rebound. Betts. Pioneer defense slows this transition offense down. Gets it to Kemp. Kemp swings it way over to Ransom. Pass just too far. It'll be Pioneer ball. As Mason will get ready to inbound. Give it to Love. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Walker catches it on the wing. Gives it to Mason in the corner. Takes the screen by Love, or by Ray. Ray looking for somebody. Gives it to Love. Her mid-range jumper won't go. Betts with the rebound, pushing up the floor. Betts. Looks like Matt Hanna called a travel there. So it'll be Pioneer ball. Mason bringing it up. Gives it to Ray. Mid-range jumper won't go. Rainey rebound. Rainey put back. Good. Said that a lot this year. She averages a double-double. She's 2 points away from double-digit points. Spates catches it at the top of the key. Swings over to Betts. She'll drive. Her floater is good. Mason bringing it up. 50 seconds here to play in the first half. Gives it down to Rainey. We'll go up. We'll get fouled there by Hannah Johnson. That'll be her second. Jada Rainey will go to the line. She averages 14.5 points per game along with 11 rebounds. As a freshman, she misses her first. She gets ready for her second. She goes 1 for 2 from the line. So Ransom will inbound to Spates. Spates bringing it up. Gives it to Johnson. Betts' three is short. Rainey rebound. Up ahead to Mason. Shot clock is off. Mason swings it down to Love. Otiske's going to call a timeout to try and get a last-second shot here before half. VolState has struggled in these recent games, not only getting a lead, but maintaining a lead. Watch them let go of games here in the second half as they are up 1 on the Green Jays with 20.8 here to play. Unofficial. And Reynolds blows the whistle. She gets ready to, both teams get ready to break the huddle. I guess if you're the Green Jays, you want to stay out of foul trouble as much as you can with the short amount of players that you have. But if you're VolState, you want to go at them and try to make them in foul trouble and make them play with fouls. Wilson will inbound. Gives it to Ray. Ray gets it out to Mason. 13 to play. Looks like they're going to go at 10. Hard screen by Rainey. Swings it over to corner. Young for three. It's good. Nay Young from three. And that's how this first half will come to a close. A 33-29 lead for VolState here at the half. Welcome back for the second half of the VolState Women Pioneers taking on the Jackson State Lady Green Jays. I got Kason Hollinsworth here back for the new year, back from the holidays. I know he's glad to be back. I'm going to hand it off to him for official scores from the first half.
Thank you, Ethan. Great to be back. I'm going to start with the Lady Green Jays. Soraya misspelled her name. What's her last name there?
Betts.
Betts. She has 4 points. Renaya Kumpf has 2. Maya Ransom has 4. Brooklyn Spots has 7. And Hannah has 10. I'm going to hold the Pioneer scores until after this quick action.
Ransom gets it to Spates. Give it back to Betts. Her long three is going to be off the front of the rim, but Hannah Johnson is going to grab the offensive rebound, gives it to Betts. Swings over to Brooklyn Spates. Drives on Freeman. Ball rolls out. Jump ball will be called, and possession arrows in favor of the Lady Green Jays.
Freeman did a good job there of holding on to the ball to keep possession. Not Freeman, sorry. She was going after it. Didn't end up in to keep it.
Betts' little layup is good. A lot of aggression tonight from the Lady Pioneers, something we usually don't see. So they hold a 2-point lead here. Wilson gives it down to Mason in the low corner. Swings over to Ray in the corner. Swings it across the pass to Wilson, who thought about a three. Doesn't take it, gives it to Mason. Back to Wilson. Now she'll shoot the three. It's good. Shanti Wilson from downtown buries the three. Casey, that's something we don't see often from the Lady Pioneers, but they have been shooters tonight.
Yeah, that's great, man. They've been hitting shots from beyond the arc, step into the arc, and it's really helped them in this game.
It's going to be Hannah Johnson for 2. She led the way for the Lady Green Jays there in the first half. Mason brings it up the court. Swings over to Freeman, who may have not been ready for the pass, but keep possession. Swings over to Wilson. Gives it to Ray. Stops at the free throw line. Pass is stolen. Ridley to Spates, back to Ridley. And the layup is good. They had the numbers.
That was just a good use of the numbers there. You got it. Get a couple passes in, get the defender jumping, and they put it in for 2.
Fast break opportunities are going to be big here in the second half. Mason swings it to Freeman in the corner. Gives it to Wilson. Swings over to Mason to Freeman. Her mid-range is good. Rylan Freeman from the elbow puts it in. Nay Young will check in. Don't know if you saw, but at the end of the first quarter, Nay Young came right down here in the front row and changed shoes.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Looks like she has tennis shoes on.
I don't know.
Not basketball shoes. I believe so. Hey, maybe she wants to get a little run in. Get a little bit more grip on the court, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Brooklyn Sprates is going to bring it up. She's going to. Ridley couldn't really corral the pass, but stays with it. She gives it back to Spates. Spates' jumper over Freeman won't go as back's in the hands of Betts, and Betts' jumper won't go either. Wilson pushing up the court, up ahead to Young. Young Euro step, leaves it short. Rylan Freeman will pick up her second foul of the game. Spates bringing it up the floor, trying to get this offense going. She'll drive, kicks it to the corner for Betts. Gonna say she took one too many steps, and it'll be Pioneer ball. Wilson will inbound. Mason bringing it up the floor, gives it to Wilson. Swings it over to Mason, over to Young, down to Ray. She'll drive. Her little jumper is good. Vanessa Ray puts this lead to 5 for the Pioneers. Get it to Ridley. Ridley drives, kicks it to Ransom. Her mid-range jumper is good. Mason bringing up the court. Swings it over to Wilson. Gets a screen by Ray. Swings it in the corner for Young. Drives baseline. Floater leaves it short. Looks like be Rylan Freeman. That is her third. Something if you're the Lady Pioneers, you do not want to be the ones fouling. You want to be the ones drawing the foul. With the short staff for the Lady Green Jays tonight, put them in foul trouble and make them play. Kind of make them back off and be sacred about the fouls.
Especially with the lead, being in foul trouble is not going to help you.
Looks like Brooklyn Spates will head to the line. Alexis Parks checks in. It's going to be Kaya Mason picking up her first foul. Spates, this is her first free throw as it rolls out. She gets ready for her second. She exceeded her points per game average of 11 last game. That was almost a month ago when she scored 27 against Arkansas Mid-South and led the Lady Green Jays to a win as the Pioneers push it up fast and Mason drives. Went for a behind-the-back pass, but no one was there, but looks like they are going to keep possession, as that's going to be Soraya Betts picking up her second foul. Ray gets it into Mason. Her mid-range jumper doesn't go, but Ray gets the rebound. Pass to Mason's almost intercepted. She gets it down to Parks. Can't finish. I don't know why Ray just didn't go back up with it off that offensive rebound. Long pass to Ransom. She puts it in, ties this game back up. You know, if I'm Ray there, I want to go back up with it, try to get a foul, maybe make a rotation happen.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Instead of, and obviously, you know, she scored off of the play, but I would have cut in, try and get a foul and get up some more points on the board.
Spates is going to inbound. Yeah, I didn't really understand the draw and get back out. It led to a turnover and led to fast break points for the Lady Green Jays. Johnson going to hit it to Betts. Going to drive on Mason. Draws the foul. It's going to be Kaya Mason's second foul of the game. Betts too strong on her first. We get one more. Makes her second. Ray bringing up the floor for the Lady Pioneers. She'll drive, stops. Her jumper rolls in. Vanessa Ray. But the quick offense from the Lady Green Jays. Oh, Ransom left open for three. Misses. Mason up ahead to Young. Falls hard. Went up for a rebound. Could be a little shaken up on the play. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of her.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Vanessa Ray there did a really good job getting the inbound and pushing down the court, putting it in for 2. And then not only that, but going down the court and playing good defense and stopping a wide open layup down there at the block.
Yeah, going from end to end is difficult in this game of basketball, but you know, when you do it and you do it at a good level, especially making a play here on offense, then going to make a defensive stop, really good. Says Nay Young getting helped up from, is that the assistant coach?
I believe so.
And head athletic trainer Brian Swoop.
I believe she hit her head.
Yeah, it looked like a hard fall going up for that rebound. And
so that's obviously not good. Young, such a pivotal player on this team. Means a lot to the team. She does a lot on offense and defense. Hate to see her go.
Yeah, she's a freshman who averages almost 14 points a game, which is, you know, good for a freshman to help out this really young squad that the Lady Pioneers have. So they need freshmen to step up and make plays, and you know she's one of them that does it. So hopefully she's all good and nothing too serious. Miss Bates will bring it up for the Lady Green Jays. Swings it over to Ridley. Down to Johnson, who is fouled. The Green Jays are in their bonus, so they'll be headed to the line with any foul committed for the rest of this quarter. Johnson's a sophomore who averages 16 points a game. She gets ready for her first. She misses her first. She was also a big key in that win for Jackson State when they beat Arkansas Mid-South. She had a double-double. She goes 1 for 2 from the line. Makes this tie game here, 42-42. Wilson bringing it up. Gets a screen from Rainey. Down to Rainey, who draws the foul. And that's exactly what we were just talking about, is going in, drawing the foul, making them play in foul trouble with the short staff. That's going to be Ridley's 4th foul. And, you know, she's been a big part of this team, not on both sides of the court, just spacing wise and the size that she has against, you know, some of our players here at VolState. But with her having to play for 4 fouls, and you got to make a sub, and you go, maybe you risk that matchup. As Rainey misses her first. She goes 0 for 2 from the find. That's Kylie Jo Ramsey. Grabs that rebound, and Brooklyn Spates will be picking it up. Bringing up this. She drives. Can't finish. Looks like Rainey will grab the rebound and bringing it up. Wilson gets it to Mason. Mason drives. Thought about the mid-range jumper. Gets it down to Rainey, who can't finish. Walker grabs the rebound. Has it poked away. Ray on the floor, gets it to Wilson. Back to Mason. Oh, and the shot clock buzzer almost got beat there. Spates, top of the key. It's over to Johnson. Kemp gets it over to Spates, who drives, who's Foul from behind by Maya Walker with only 5 to go on the shot clock. Something you try not to do is foul late into the shot clock, make them put up a tough shot, and see if you can get the rebound. Spates will go to the line.
I feel like that was a little bit of a ticky-tacky call. From this angle, at least, it looked like she got the majority of the ball there. So
some calls have been iffy this game, as we've seen. You know, I've seen some that haven't been called. I've seen, you know, things that shouldn't have been a foul been called a foul. But, you know, as I say, their job's harder than mine. So, you know, I try not to give them too much of a hard time. As Vanessa Ray will inbound this ball. Mason bringing up the floor. Gets a screen from Rainey. Gets it down to Rainey. And she just uses her size there on Betts to put in an easy layup.
Rainey had 11 points in the first 2 quarters. Now up to 13.
Johnson, and there's the rebounding side that gets her to average that 11. So Walker gets left open for 3. Misses.
Looked right on line, just short. I mean, it looked perfect from our angle.
I've seen her hit those a lot this year, so it's very rare that she misses.
Yeah, she's really stepped up this year as a clutch 3-point shooter for the VolState Pioneers.
Talk about stepping up. At the beginning of the year, you know, Kaya Mason, you know, didn't see the floor a lot, and then she has stepped up in that role as a freshman, and she has, you know, performed. She has, you know, really stepped up this year. That'll be Johnson going to the line. And Jana Rainey picked up her first foul. Johnson makes her first. Can't connect on her second. Jada Rainey gets the rebound. Kaya Mason bringing it up. Gets it to Love across half court. Get it down to Rainey, who's immediately double teamed. Took one too many steps, and will hand the ball right back to the Lady Green Jays. 1:11 here to play in the third. Kaya Mason almost came away with a inbound steal there, and that's just the energy that she brings on the defensive side of the ball, pressuring it and, you know, forcing difficult passes to happen.
You're absolutely right. She did a great job there. Especially, you know, tied game, you want to be aggressive, and she's done a really good job of being aggressive but not causing too many fouls.
It's like Betts took one too many steps and traveled, and Love will inbound that ball to Kaya Mason. 44-44 here. We approach the 50-second mark here in the third quarter. Ray catches it at the free throw line, drives, hangs, can't finish, but Jada Rainey just using her size, and that's one of the big reasons why she averages a double-double, is using her side, getting boards, and going right back up with it. Coach Otis Keys setting one for a travel. I feel like I've seen that a lot this game, is, you know, but I mean, I guess when you realize you're in foul bonus for, you know, this quarter, you're going to try to do anything to draw that foul.
That's definitely, I mean, that would be my train of thought there, but to me, you know, that kind of looked like a little bit of a flop.
Yeah.
A little bit of a LeBron out there on the court. It's all right.
This is her first. Gets ready for her second. Goes 1 for 2 from the line, so ball halfway doesn't lie there, as the kids would say.
We are the kids.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, you know, but I feel like. Oh, Walker shoots the three, just leaves it short. But Rainey grabs the rebound and goes up and draws the and one. And she will go to the line for a three-point play. You know, after I said that, I realized, like, you know, not as old as I think, man. I guess when the kids say I'm 19 and I'm unk, it makes me feel that old. It's just like, bro.
That was great there by the Pioneers. You know, tie game. This stretch right here, Rainey has done a great job of putting the Pioneers ahead, up 4 points now with 16 seconds to go in this quarter. They're doing a great job out there.
Yeah, she's been a big help, grabbing boards and going right back up with the ball. Spates working on Ray. Spates draws the foul. I just, you know, I guess when you see that much contact and you see the ball kind of, you know, flying around, I don't know if you can necessarily call a foul there. The ball's, you know, kind of in the air. You don't know where it's going. And then, you know, maybe that's the conversation Coach Otis Key is having with referee Walter Williams right now, is Spates will go to the line.
I agree. And, you know, it's like we've been saying this entire quarter. You know, you're in foul trouble. You know that. They're already in a bonus. You have to be more careful on defense because with free throws alone, they can win this game with a whole another quarter left.
Yeah. Spates will go to the line for her second one. She goes 2 for 2. Mason bring up the court. 2-1. Almost hit a buzzer beater, rolls off the front of the rim. 49-47 as we approach this fourth quarter. What are some things that the Pioneers need to clean up to maybe try and hold off the Lady Green Jays to come away with a win here?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. I think that they need to be better on defense. You know, they've been playing good defense, and it's just that they're getting too aggressive. And now, you know, you can say maybe the refs have made a couple calls where it was questionable, but at the end of the day, you know, if they are being more, should I say, liberal on how much you can, you know, be physical, you know, you got to kind of back off, but still play that tight defense. And on offense, I feel like they're trying to kind of to force a shot. You know, I understand if you're open to shoot it, but if you know haven't really been hot from the free throw line or the 3-point line tonight, maybe, you know, take a couple steps in or look for somebody else who's kind of been hot. So I think that is two ways that they can keep their lead and also add on to it.
Yeah, and, you know, you're saying that a lot of that quarter they tried to force it down to Jada Rainey, and, you know, with her size, you know, they're going to come and automatically double team her. It's like if you know that is coming, like, don't force that pass into her. Maybe fake that, make them draw the double team, and then you kick it out. You have an open teammate, maybe has a great look at a mid-range. If they're a three-point shooter, they have a great look from three. You know, Maya Walker being one of those who can shoot the long ball, and Kaya Mason as well. So maybe they just, and, you know, you mentioned, you know, refs and staying out of foul trouble. You know what they call, you see what they call as, you know, a foul. So maybe try to stay away from that. Don't lay off to the point where you're, you know, playing lazy defense, but don't get too aggressive. You know, like that's going to be called a foul. We get ready to start this fourth quarter here. 49-47, the Lady Pioneers lead. The Lady Green Jays. It'll be Brianna Kemp inbounding this ball. Gets it to Spates. Oh, Walter Williams blows a whistle. He'll have a conversation at the scores table. It'll be
Pioneer ball.
Pioneer ball. If I'm not mistaken, the Green Jays won the tip. So
You may be correct.
I believe so that they won the tip. As
Refs are having a conversation about it right now.
it's going to be head official Hannah Reynolds and her two assistants, Matt Hanna and Walter Williams, maybe discussing the start of this fourth quarter here.
Having a little bit of a dispute, going to confer at the score table. Great game so far, though, Ethan.
Yeah, I've seen a lot more energy than I have out of the Lady Pioneers the past few games. Last time they were here, took a loss to Calhoun. They didn't just they didn't have it all together, and they've come out with a lot more energy this game. They get that call confirmed. It is going to be VolState ball to start this fourth quarter, but get it over to Walker. Mason doesn't take the screen. She'll drive. Rainey rebound. Can't connect. Hannah Johnson on the fast break kicks it to Kemp, who drives. Gets it out to Spates. Across the court to Betts. She'll shoot the three. And Betts drills it.
And that puts them up. You know, we talked about that defense, and it kind of seems like they might have been taking a back seat a little bit almost.
Rainey's able just to wrestle the ball away, and that's what we talked about, forcing passes to Rainey. You just got to let it develop. If you try to force it, you're going to see turnovers, and turnovers could lead easily to this game getting away from the Pioneers. Betts skips over the corner to Ransom, who drives, kicks it back to Kemp. She'll shoot. Too strong. But see, nobody box out Spates, and she almost comes away with an offensive rebound, which could have led to disaster and maybe a free bucket for the Lady Green Jays. Mason pushes up the floor fast, and that's something I like about Kai Mason's play. She wants to get it up the floor. She, you know, maybe she sees something that the rest of the team doesn't. One-on-one with Jada Rainey with, you know, is just not. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win. Jada Rainey lays it in easy.
She's done a great job of making those contested catches and buckets. You know, she's been in the paint having to wrestle people off of her and put up shots.
Ransom's three is short. Mason almost lost the ball there. Gets it ahead to Ray. She'll drive. Maybe a bit too aggressive going towards the basket. You know, you get under the basket late, and, you know, you just lose control, and you know.
Yeah, you got to hit those, man. That was a free shot. Nobody was on her. You know, you hit that, you go up 5 points, and now they don't. It's not a one possession game. They can't come down and pop a three, and they're back in it. You know, you can add on to that. So I mean, that was no reason to be missed.
Yeah. You know, I feel like that's something we've said a lot this year, though, Casey, with the Lady Pioneers. Missing easy shots, missing big free throws, missing easy free throws. You know, and it's just, it's stuff that comes back to haunt them in the end. Johnson drives. Blocking foul there, going to be called on Ryland Freeman.
Freeman now, that's her 4th foul of the game. She's in major trouble here.
Johnson will head to the line. Misses her first. Gets ready for her second. Goes 1 for 2 from the line to cut this to a 2-point lead as Kai Mason will check in for Ryland Freeman.
Johnson's 50% from the free throw line tonight, at least. She's got 15 points tonight. She's been a big part of this Green Jay offense.
Love tries to take advantage of the 2-on-1, can't finish on the layup. Maybe you could have faked a shot and made an easy pass to Walker, who was right under the basket. As Betts goes in, draws the foul, and gets the bucket on Maya Walker. It's going to be Walker's third. As Jada Rainey will check back in. This is something we talked about before this quarter started, was just, you know, fouling and, you know, allowing easy buckets. As Betts cash in on the 3-point play and gives the Lady Green Jays a 1-point lead here with the 7:15 here to play in the fourth. Ray, mid-range, is good. Vanessa Ray It's left open. A timeout will be called.
You know, it's we're like a broken record up here, Ethan. You know, you come out and obviously, you know, Otis Key has to see this. He knows we're in foul trouble, but I mean it's the same old, same old. We come out fouling them to death, and they're already at the free throw line, and that's a big reason why they're still in this game. You take away the free throws, and I don't think this game is that close.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on the scoreboard. You know, we've already have 3 team fouls to their 0, and you know, and that I'm pretty sure it's 1 more will send them to the line for the rest of this quarter, and you still have over 5 minutes to play. And I mean, it's kind of hard to put a team away. You know, when they have 7 minutes and 9 seconds to sit there, and they got to draw 1 more to go to the line for the rest of the quarter. You know, then you're asking your team to, you know, play not really soft defense, but, you know, it's going to be kind of hard to put this team away, you know.
Especially with your offense, and we've already touched on this topic, but, you know, getting it down to the Jada Rainey, obviously she has been performing tonight, and there's no fault to her, but if she's not open, don't force it.
Right.
So I definitely, I know that might be their game plan, and it's actually worked out very well for them. But especially now they know what you're going to do. You're trying to get into the paint, so now maybe, you know, pop a 3 if somebody's open and they feel hot. So I just think that could be a big crucial tide turner.
Yeah. 7:09 here to play in the 4th. VolState leads by 1. You know, for having the small players that they do, you know, Jackson State has really kept the rotation going and kept everybody kind of healthy and energized. You know, Johnson catching the corner, goes, kicks it, gets extra pass to Bet. She'll shoot the long 3, and it's good. Betts drills the 3 to make this a 2-point game.
Betts has 10 points in just this quarter.
Wilson down to Rainey, and Rainey's layup is good. If I'm not mistaken, Rainey is looking maybe past the 20-point mark, maybe nearing it. As Spatesville has it stripped away by Ray as she goes up. Ray all alone and cashes in on the layup. Vanessa Ray makes the steal. And, you know, maybe this is where the Jackson State players just start to feel the tiredness, the exhaustion. You got to play, you got to play so much. And, you know, we've seen some of these players, you know, I haven't seen Spades come out for that long this game.
She's been in a good majority.
Spades, Johnson, Ridley. You know, they're playing her with 4 fouls. And, I mean, you know, when you're short players, you know, you're hoping your team that you put out there that 5 can maybe just find that extra willpower to maybe go and finish this game.
You're definitely right. That second wind, you know, especially with how close this game is, you know, you're just putting your best players out there and hoping for the best.
As I have mentioned before, Shauna Ridley playing with 4 fouls, 1 more, and she will be done. She's been a big help of this Lady Green Jays team, and why they're a reason they're still in it. Johnson catches it down low. It's going to be Vanessa Ray picking up her 3rd foul.
She's got to be careful now. That puts Ball State with 14 fouls now. So definitely
Rainey
need to be careful.
Steals the inbound. Ray pushing up the court on Ridley. If I'm not mistaken, if my stats are correct, that is her 5th and final one.
Believe so. You are. She's out.
Yeah, she is done. Ridley fouls out of this game, and that is something that, you know, I thought Vol State would target more of this game, is making them play foul trouble, making them play soft, and then attacking right there.
So now you only have 1 more sub for the Green Jays. So
Love shoots the 3, won't go. Johnson grabs the rebound. Pivots, spins, drills it. Hannah Johnson keeping the Blue Jays in it. And that one sub is Kylie Jo Ramsey for the Lady Green Jays. Ray drives on Spates, hit the deck. She's able to pop back up. She's a good sign. Mason gets it over to Wilson. Thought about the three. Tries to force it down to Rainey.
Another big thing there. You know, obviously they called a kickball, but I mean, she just wasn't open. She had two people on her. I don't get that. I don't get that decision there.
Go to, drive hard to the basket. You had your defender up in the air, and, majority of the time when you have your defender in the air, you drive at them. I mean, more or less of the time, they're going to come down on you.
Yep. I mean, definitely.
Draw the foul. If I'm the Pioneers, Hannah Johnson has 2, Betts has 2, and Spades has 2. Those are the people I'm going at for the rest of this game.
For sure, definitely. And, Hannah Johnson has had a great game. I think she's unofficial, got 17 points. And even on our side, Rainey has 24 points if my calculations are correct. So she's already passed that 20-point marker. Obviously had one heck of a game, but I feel like they're relying on her too much.
Yeah,
this
I
final
feel
quarter.
like that's something not to mean to cut you off, but I feel like that's something we've said a lot this year, and especially close games, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Rainey will inbound the ball. Gets it to Ray. Gives it to Mason. Swings over to Wilson. Gets it down to Rainey. Rainey can't finish, gets her own board, and puts it back up. And, I mean, they're kind of banking on them biting on that entry pass and Rainey getting open. Spades will bringing it up. Johnson for 3, short. And if I'm the Pioneers, that's what I'm daring them to shoot the ball. Gets it to Rainey, who is fouled by Johnson. That'll be her 3rd. But, if you want to dare them to shoot, it's going to be harder to beat you by the long ball than it is if they're just getting easy looks and they're getting to the free throw line really easy.
And now to that point exactly, Betts, she has 2 threes already in this quarter. So, you do want to force them to shoot those long balls because they're much harder to hit. But when you have somebody like that who's been hot this quarter, I don't know, it becomes very difficult on defense.
Pick and choose who you want to leave open would be that case. So Walker will sub in. Rainey approaching the 30-point mark here. 3-point lead for the Lady Pioneers as we approach the 4 minutes and 30 seconds mark in this 4th quarter as Kemp drives, kicks to Ransom. She'll draw it back out for 3 and leave it short. Love catches, gets it back to Mason, who finds the cutting graze, pull-up jumper, banks it in off the glass. Vanessa Ray. Spates bringing it up. Gets it to Betts. Drives, loses it. Stay down here.
And, it's exactly what we said has been happening. They've been playing better interior defense, forcing them to pop those 3-pointers, and it's actually been working out for the Pioneers.
Tough shot from Spates. Maybe substitution. Rainey for Walker. We're probably going to see that probably for the rest of this game. Just seeing them offense for defense type of situation. Wilson bringing up the court. Betts picking her up full court. Gets it to Mason. She stops. Gets it to Ray. Gets it down to Rainey. The double team. And, luckily they're able to get that ball back. But, tough shot. Ray blocked twice in the same possession. Rainey rebound, lazy pass stolen by Betts, and then she's fouled. In that possession alone, I saw a Jada Rainey 4 shot, a Vanessa Ray 4 shot, another Vanessa Ray forced shot, and then they get down here. Janie Rainey gets the rebound and then immediately throws it away.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely unacceptable. But I mean, if the defense is really that good, get the ball out, try and reset. But to me, it just looked like they were just tired and just wanted to get a shot up.
Yeah, I mean, Rainey shoots in a double team, and then if you're Vanessa Ray, I get it, but it's like Rainey effort right there on saving that. Wilson slows it down.
That's something you want to do with the lead here. 5-point lead, you want to take as much as time possible. Maybe put up a shot with about 8 seconds left.
Not to compare us or anything, but most schools in this situation, they will go at 10 on the shot clock as Mason's going to have to put up a tough shot short. But Rainey clears up that missed shot, gets a put back.
Rainey's knocking at the door at a 30-point game. I believe she's at 29 right now.
Johnson's tough layup falls. Timeout there.
That was an impressive layup. You come across the court and put up a shot with your dominant hand. I believe she's right-handed. Dominant hand, and it rolls in with the defender on you. That was a good shot there by Johnson.
Back towards the basket, 66-61, a 5-point lead. If you're Vol State, I would just start slowing it down, not to force anything. You don't want to give them this game.
Oh, for sure, especially now. You've got 5 team fouls, and you've got multiple players with 3 or more fouls. So you gotta slow it down, and you have a 5-point lead, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. You want to play, you don't want to just get weak on defense, but you can't really be super physical. And, I feel like I've been saying it this entire time I've been up here, but
the whole second half, I feel like that's just been the story.
It definitely is, and that is a big reason why at the end of the third quarter it was such a close game.
And I think it's why yes, 5 points is, seems close, but, at the same time, at the rate this is going, this game is not over for the Green Jays. I mean, they're just a couple possessions away from a tie game, maybe a lead. And, with them being in the double and with the free throws, I mean, it's very easy. They win at 10 again. Wilson thought about it. Mid-range, short. But it's like, see, you can live with that shot. You see Vanessa Ray, they took time off the clock. Yes, they missed if they were to get an offensive rebound and, even get a better look. Score some points. 68-61. Ransom gives it to Spates. Gives it back to Johnson, to Ransom. Has it stolen away by Wilson. Wilson draws back, gives it in the corner. Mason drives, kicks it to Ray. That is her spot on the court. It is that elbow that she seems to hit from every time. And this lead, the Pioneers are going on a 5-0 run here. Spates drives, draws the foul. If anything, kudos to Brooklyn Spates. She has kept her team in this the whole game, and so kudos to her and her effort tonight. You give flowers where flowers are due.
Oh, for sure, and Johnson as well. She's had one heck of a game. Big reasons, those two players, big reasons why this game, it's kind of gotten away from just a little bit now, but, that's a big reason why this game was so close when it was.
She converts on the 3-point play there. Wilson, one-on-one with Betts. Just loses it.
Great defense there, but, good that Vol State maintained possession. Did you see that inbound?
I did not.
Oh, it was pretty, man. And she caught it just like this, like a right in the bread basket. It was a great pass.
Right in the bread basket. As Rainey intercepts the pass. Spates with love throws it back to Ransom, who can't finish. Up ahead though, Wilson, double team, gets it to Mason. 40 seconds here to go. Trying to maybe take this so the shot clock will turn off after this possession. Ray gets to her spot, leaves it short, and Rainey fumbles it, but they did exactly what they want to do. Shot clock is now off. That's a 6-point lead, so you're asking for a quick three, a turnover, and another quick three. But I can imagine any turnover will ice this game for the Lady Pioneers. Johnson looking to inbound, gets it to Spates. Almost walked there, gets it to Johnson, drives, kicks it to Betts, to the trailing Spates. She'll throw up a three. It'll be out of bounds, and
shot clock will not turn back on.
It will not. I believe Otis Key calls a 30-second timeout to maybe just get an inbound play. Don't want to throw it away or anything like that, but you never want to jinx it. But we got 15.4 seconds to go in this game as the boys are in the corner getting ready to prepare for a game. But it looks like the Lady Pioneers will improve to 4-11 on the year and 3-4 in conference play. And as we approach the conference tournament in March, they got a bit of a stretch here of conference play that maybe, you know, jump the seedings, you know, maybe a little chaos, you know. So
it's always great. March is always a great time. Definitely, you know, you got teams in there that you don't think are necessarily going to do that good, and they end up doing great.
Looks like they'll resort, but they got some fouls to play with, so, you know, it's not too much. But what you don't want to do is let them get away and let them start running around and drowning the clock. Mason will inbound.
It's exactly what I want to do if I'm the Pioneers here. 11 seconds left. You know you're going to get fouled. I'm just trying to run away from them, basically.
Yeah. Mason will inbound. Imagine they're going to give it to Wilson again. Yeah. No foul. That'll send him to the line. This Walker will check in as do not know if Rainey will sub back in, but unofficially, Cation, you have her with 29?
I have her with 29 now. I'll add them up when we go, you know, after this game. I know we're not going to go to a break, but, you know, you talk a little bit and I can add it up and see what they have, and I think I've got her at just at 29.
Wilson's first free throw puts it in, and that'll more than likely do the game there. That will be so-called the dagger. She gets ready for her second. She goes 2 for 2, so that one for sure is 72-64. Spates, 3 seconds to go. 2-1, gives it up. The three off. 72-64 win for your Lady Pioneers. They end a 5-game losing streak. Get back in the win column, improve to 4-11 on the year, 3-4 in conference play as they take down the Jackson State Lady Green Jays.
All right, yeah, I've got some unofficial scores now. Obviously, I've got Jada Rainey with 29 points. She's obviously the player of the game, in my opinion, almost a 30 bomb. But another unsung hero, I would say, for the Pioneers is Vanessa Ray with 18 points. You know, them two combined really not only kept the Pioneers in this game, I feel like they definitely won them the game. So great performance by those two players.
Yes, and we all praise to Nay Young as she had a hard fall, so hopefully all goes well.